while unpacking, I wanted to talk about um, like the numerology of different house numbers. And I've lived in on my own, like something I rented. The lease was in my name. I lived in house 4, 5, and 9, and now I'm moving back to another house, another 9 house. And it was interesting because, like, if you watch my other blog, I said that let me move this. I think this is how high as this tripod goes. But I said that they switched apartments on me, right? So this what gave me the idea for this video, because the first apartment that I was going to get was it was a 3-digit number, and it was totaling up to be 2. I was like, okay, that's a different house number. House number 2. Um, it's the house of couples, and um it's an even number. So it's supposed to be a very positive number, house number 2, but supposedly it's not so positive if you're not a couple. Or one, I was doing some research. One lady said she's like an astrologer or whatever. She said that it's the house of mirrors. So so if it's a parent and a child, you could project like your negative traits onto the kid and stuff like that. And I mean, yeah, I don't like that, but I mean, that don't always have to be the case. But I don't know. I don't have a personal experience with living in house too. But like I said, she moved me. She said, "Oh, that apartment's not gonna be ready. Um, so we have another one that will be ready at the time that you want to move, because the other one it's not gonna be ready till the 1st of July." So me being impatient, I was like, "Okay, I'll switch." So it costed a little more, but that's all right. Anyway, so she switched me, in the house number that she switched me to. The total was 9. I'm like, another 9 apartment? And it's interesting because me moving and everything and just other things that I don't really talk about, like, I feel like I'm in a different phase in my life. I feel like there is another, like, download or upload that I'm going through, because there's like a feeling of wanting to know more, like wanting to go on another search. Like, I can't really explain it. Like, if you know, you know. But anyways, just to stay on topic. But yeah, like, I feel like I'm in another, like, this is another phase of my journey. And it's like things can be like real quiet in life for a moment, and then there's a change. Like, there's a shift that happens, and things start to change and look different. So that's where I feel like I'm at right now. It's like I'm in this shift in life, where life is about to change again, and things around me is going to look different. But anyways, so that's interesting that I'm going to another 9 house, because the last time I lived in a 9 house, that was like at the height of my spiritual awakening for the first time, was in that house. And man, I seen a lot of stuff. Like, spiritually, I saw a lot of stuff in that 9 house. Lots of vivid dreams. That's when I started doing my altar work and working with ancestors and reading tarot and getting into my dreams and lucid dreams. Like, I was learning a lot. And when I did my research on living in a 9 house, that's one of the things. It was like, you are learning a lot, not just school, but this is like spiritual learning. This is learning of any kind, you know. Um, it's the karmic house. The relationships you meet while you or make while you're in this house, they have an effect on you. These are people that you're meant to meet. These are people that are you may have a karmic connection with or bond with, and which I feel like a lot more times than not that you have a karmic connection with people that you meet, especially if it's a connection that sticks for a while. Like there's something, there's a reason why you know this person, good or bad or whatever. But um, I did meet a lot of people, and then one another woman said that living in a nine house is like the house of rehab. People come and go, but they come and they stay for a while and get their stuff together, right? So when I lived there, I did have a lot of visitors that needed to stay there for a moment and get their shit together. Like, I like, wow, I mean, you might not believe in all this woo woo stuff, but it's some truth to this shit. Like, it's some truth to it. And when I talk about spirituality, I like to talk about it from a point of my personal experience with it. It's like a science project. I'm not just regurgitating things other people say. Like I want to give you like firsthand experience with it to test it out. This is like, this is field research. So in my field research, there's something to the house number that you live in. There's something to that. And I would encourage you to research it and see what house number you live in, and is the information that you find true. There's a lot of information out there about it. Blogs. If you live in the house 5 or whatever, look up the vibration or of living in house 5 numerology, or just put living in house 5 numerology or whatever house number you live in. Um, but to see if it resonates. But it definitely does. Like every house that I live in, I did research on living in that particular number unit, and it always resonates. And the nine house definitely did as well. So I had a lot of visitors in that house. I had about I had a cousin, a boyfriend. I had a couple boyfriends. I had two boyfriends. Um, it wasn't long. Actually, my kid's dad, he stayed there for a while. We stayed there together for a while, then we ended up moving. Interesting enough, this other lady said, you're not gonna stay there long. It's something that doesn't last long. She had got evicted from a house that she lived in that was number 9. I got evicted from my house in number 9 too. But I was there for like 4 years. And it was my own fault. I was being like negligent about some things. So um I was young. I got that apartment. I was like 24. So anyways, yeah. Um yeah, so it was at my fault, but yeah, she's like, you don't live there forever or whatever. And that's her experience. But when you go to buy a house, definitely be careful about what the house number is. Um, what else I want to say about the 9 house? But yeah, again, I had visitors there. They stay there a while, get their stuff together, move on. My father, he had an addiction problem, so he was in and out all the time, as well. He would kind of stay there. When he get broke, he come live with me for a few weeks. He get his check and he disappears, and then he comes back. It was a cycle. It was crazy. But yeah, that was true. Fucking rehab, rehabilitation. Like very interesting. And that I had got a tip, and I've heard this tip a couple times, that if you don't like the vibration of your house, you want to kind of change the energy that it might give off. You could put a different number on the back of the door, but it has to add up with the number on the outside of the door. Like, so I guess if you want to live in a 2 house, but you live in a 1, Then you put another one on the back of the door, so one plus one is two. So that's a trick that they said to use. I've never done that before. Um, I'm interested in seeing what the nine house could bring me again. I don't know. Do I want to learn the same karmic lessons again? Well, is that how it's gonna play out? I don't think I want that, but I don't know how it's gonna play out. But I've I've changed a lot since the last time I lived in a nine house. I've changed a lot since 24 to 28. I am not the same person. So I don't know. I kind of want to see what's up. Like I'm not gonna change the number. I want to see what's up with this house. With this unit. Um, I've learned a lot of lessons. I've learned to avoid a lot of things. I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot. So, um, what else? Those are the major things about that one. Yeah, those are the major ones. I can't think of anything else, but I did learn a lot. I learned a lot. I was on this spiritual journey. I was growing like at a elevating at a fast pace. Like everything was lining up. It was interesting. Okay. Um. Yeah. So I'm not gonna make this video too long. I really don't have anything else to add. But I would like to hear your experiences in the comment section. What house you live in, and does like the reading or the information that you find, does it resonate with you? And I'm gonna do another video. I'm gonna split these up. I'm gonna do one on living in a four house and a five. What's it? 4, 5? Yeah, 4, 5, 9. So those are the houses I've lived in on my own. Now, I think I might make a video on houses I lived in, like with my mom. Not all of them, like the latest one I lived in with my mom, and the house I lived in with my ex was a 3 and a 6, and I could talk about those too. But anyways, hopefully you enjoyed that. I would love to see what your experiences are. I'll see you again in the next video. Bye.